What's up, guys? And this is Kickback and Chill. And today, Friday, July 29th, Stash Cash is in the building to discuss his latest album, new music videos, and so much more. Coming to you from Midtown, New York City. So kick back, relax, and have some fun, because Kickback and Chill starts right now. Guys, welcome to Eminem's Kickback and Chill. I'm your host, Dan YC, and we the only show you can kick back, relax, and have some fun on this Friday afternoon in Midtown, New York City. You know I'm never doing this by myself. I'm always kicking it with a fun guest with new features, new games, and so much more. But you know what? It's time to bring that guest out and have some fun. He's known for his albums Vibe With Me and Vibe With Me Too. Plus, he killed the stage at the SOB performance, so I'm curious to know more how that came about. Show some love for Stash Cash. Come on, man. Yes, sir.
Hello. What up?
Yes,
man?
sir. You in the building?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, man. You looking fresh, too. All right, cool. Cut the music. Oh, man. Stash Cash. Doing good. Well, first let me congratulate you. It's function, first time, you know what I'm saying? And I know you've been doing a lot. It seems like every time I'm on social media, you're constantly doing your thing, man. So let's just jump straight in, man. You know what, Stash Cash, like, what made you want to get into the music industry?
I mean, I've been doing music for as long as I can remember. Like, it's different spots, that it started from. I just remember me, like, from the beginning. I was just in class one time, and then we used to have to do like poetry, and then it started with me just writing poetry, and then eventually that led up to me making like little rhymes out of the poetry.
Roses of red, violets of blue.
Right,
Like,
exactly. And it was like, yo, wait, like I could start rhyming, and
Right.
it just eventually grew up from there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it started like that, just from school, poetry. I used to go to this program called In Arms Reach when I was younger too. I started going there because I just wanted to see my pops. He was incarcerated. But the program, it helped kids go see their parents who's incarcerated or whatever the case may be. But one of the trips they had took us to was the Hit Factory. So that was like the first time I ever been into the studio. So I was probably like around 10 at the time. And then, I fell in love with the whole studio vibe, and I was like, you know what, this is something I feel like I really would enjoy doing. And that was me as a kid. So yeah, I've been doing this for a minute.
Definitely. Now, you definitely coming from SOB performance.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Talk to us. Is that like your first time performing ever since COVID hit, or you've been hitting the scenes a couple of times before that?
Nah, that was my first performance, my first big performance since COVID.
How was it?
We did small things, but as far as with that, it was surprising. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so last minute. The booking manager had reached out to me like 5 days before the actual show.
So you had to cramp
So we had to cramp everything up, and everything came out the way I expected to. It was actually better than what I expected, actually.
Yes, dope. Speaking of we, it seems like you have a team, you have a choreographer, JP. Like, talk
Shout out
about,
to JP.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Shout out to the importance of having the team, you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like you guys rehearse a lot,
Right.
and they always come through for you performing. So talk about, that relationship y'all have.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you this, like, no artist could do it without a team. Like, I feel like whatever you trying to do, you can't do it without a team. I feel like Zay is actually one of the people that I'm actually happy I have working with me, because he makes everything I do look better. You feel me? He enhances it from choreography, visuals, like being the creative director he is. Like, he's dope, and it's different people on the team that play certain parts also that I appreciate. And we all work together and really make things happen. So without them, it definitely wouldn't be me doing what I do.
Yes, sir. I like that. And I'm glad you say team, because a lot of people just feel like, I want to do it all by myself.
Right.
And obviously there's no I in team. You
Absolutely,
feel me?
facts.
But I guess that oftentimes people want to do it myself because they feel like they can't trust certain individuals. I mean, come on, we from New York. Like,
Right.
we understand how people move and how we gotta observe people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you really mentioned that. Let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk a little bit about the active music video. Definitely put up some numbers, 20K views. Congratulations, man.
Yes.
Congratulations. Talk about how that came about. You know what I'm saying? How that idea came about.
Once
You was
again,
having fun in there.
I had a lot of fun. It's crazy because I feel like I work best under pressure. Like
Okay.
you just asked about the SOBs, and like I said, like that was one of my best shows. We didn't have a lot of time to
Prepare
get ready for it, but it was a similar situation with the active music video. We worked on that probably in 3 days. Due to choreography. You seen it was the dances, the wardrobe. Shout outs to Who Killed Lulu. That's my cousin who provided the whole wardrobe. She's also somebody that's a part of the team and stuff like that. And like I said, I feel like we work best when we under pressure. So even though we didn't have a lot of time to do what we had to do, I feel like we did what we had to do in the amount of time we had. We shot the video in probably like an hour and a half.
The active one?
The active music video, we shot it in like 1 hour and 30
But that's
minutes.
crazy. Nobody would know that because they seeing the finished product.
Yeah. So it's like everything was like in order. Like, all right, you gonna do this scene, boom, 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 boom. But we had everything so planned out already. It was like, it was perfect. And it's crazy because that's right now one of my highest video views on YouTube right now.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
Thank you, man. Let's talk about, maybe some challenges artists just like yourself and many others face, coming from New York. May not get the support that you want, or may feel like you get a lot of naysayers, a lot of haters. Talk about some challenges you possibly encountered.
Some of the challenges I feel like within myself is just me being different at this moment. Like I feel like the climate of the music industry is so drill related, and it's a lot of drill type of things going on. So me being an artist that talks about love and heartbreak and stuff like that, you know what I mean? For real, like I sometimes, especially the environment I'm in, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people, they be like, I don't want to be feeling like, I don't want to be on that type of time right now. We want to turn up, like I don't want to be on that type. But it's like, that's one. It's my strong asset, but it's also like it makes me worry sometimes. So I'm like, yo, do y'all really rock with it? You know what I mean? But then again, I had a conversation with a few of my people, and they was like, yo, your music is the type of music we listen to when we by ourselves, when we put the headphones in, and it's just a vibe out type of thing. So yeah, that's with that, like as far as with the challenges and stuff.
Yeah, I really like the album. You know what I'm saying? I would have to say some of my favorite tracks have to be Got What You Need.
Got What You
was a
Need.
singer on there. Sorry, I don't know.
Shout out to Lanice Raquel.
Yes, Lanice. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. The acted, Paved the Way with the guy Matt.
Matt
You know what I'm
Relevo.
saying? That Paved the Way record, I feel like was really different. You don't get that from a lot of New York artists.
Right.
Everything, like you said, is drill, drill, drill.
Right.
And the crazy thing about it, when we spoke, you said that you didn't even know Matt.
Right.
So talk about how you guys came about. You stumbled across him on social media.
Right. So I had actually went to this event. I went out networking.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I had met a artist. I can't think of his name, but he was a talented dude. And I was checking out his music and stuff like that. One of the artists he was featured with was Matt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay, this dude sounds dope. So I so happened to go to his page and notice like I was following him. You know what I mean? So I didn't even know I was following him or whatever the case may be. So I'm looking at his page. I'm like, oh no, like so he's consistent. Like he does this. So I reached out to him. I just shot him a DM like, hey, what's going on? Would you like to work or whatever the case may be? He was like, yeah. I sent him the beat. He sent me back with his vocals. I went to the studio, did my part. And it's crazy because the first time we actually met was at SOBs a couple weeks ago. So we had the record out for probably 6-7 months. And we
The
just
first time meeting was a couple of weeks back.
and the first time meeting was a couple weeks back. So I haven't even met him in person until just recently.
Oh,
for the
man.
first time.
I feel like y'all gonna do more records together because the chemistry and bond, within the sounds is amazing. So I'm
Right.
glad you guys met. And speaking of which, like you said, you went on his page and you saw that he was consistent. You know what I'm saying? So like, is that something that you look for in every artist that you want to work with, whether they reaching out to you or you reaching out to them? Because oftentimes I feel like there's people that say, I do music, but they probably only have 2 records out. And they've been doing music for like 2 years, as opposed to somebody like yourself who has consistency. So tell me about, what's the process of working with Stash.
I don't really look for people with that's consistent. It's just that's a plus. You know what I mean? I'm all about talent. Like if you sound good, let's work. You know what I mean? And I know I'm consistent. So hopefully if we do our record and you know what I mean, you see our record is moving, hopefully that'll push the artist to be like, you know what, let me step up and get my own joint running. So you know what I mean? Like as long as they talented. That's my thing. That's what I go off of, talented, and the vibe is right. I got to be able to, you know, have that conversation with you where I'm not feeling like, you know, they don't get it. Like, sometimes artists just don't get it. They like, oh, it could be a hard time or whatever. So the vibe got to be right, and you know, you just got to be talented.
Yeah, I like that, like, because I agree. You know, you never want to work with somebody who's not serious and committed,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to their craft. Kind of brings me to my next question. You know, oftentimes as an artist who's consistent like yourself, at some point you establish a rate. You don't gotta tell us. You know, we ain't gotta air that part. But you know what I'm saying, yo, when do you feel like artists should like charge for a verse and/or hook? Sometimes they feel like, damn, I don't want to charge, but then again, I know my worth, and I should earn a living from this being that I am, because I am good.
All right, so now let's get into that. Okay, so I want everybody to understand that first and foremost, this is a business. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? This is a business. If you get like, because I don't want to come off hard.
No,
but,
we kicking it, bro. Come on, talk.
You feel me? So with that being said, like, it's times where, let's say if an artist want to work with me, you know what I mean? It's I gotta see what you got going on.
Yeah.
It's either like relationship wise, can we build something?
Right.
Like, or if you're just an artist that's like want to just be rapping and I feel like, sorry, I can't benefit from you, I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, this is
the rate.
This is the rate, you feel me?
Yeah.
But if I see something that's like, all right, cool, you're talented, but then also you got something going for yourself, you know, now let's build a relationship, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, we all trying to elevate, and nothing is free, you know what I mean? Like, we gotta pay, like, as a rapper, we gotta pay, as any artist, as any creative, you feel me? You know what I mean? You gotta pay for everything, studio, video, wardrobe, anything you think about. So it's like, you just gotta understand, like, it's a business, man. So
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you know, speaking of businesses, you know, like you said, independent artists do a lot of work.
right.
Definitely, you know, it comes to a point where it's like, all right, I see a lot of results. I see that I'm moving and grooving. When do you feel like an artist should sign to a label at some point, or they should just remain independent? I know there's pros and cons to both, but
Right.
I kind of want to hear your take and see where possibly Stash want to go as to continue to flourish within his career.
It depends. Like, it depends on what you want as an artist. You feel me? If you a person I feel like want the exposure to be like this massive, big, super pop star,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? The label is the bank. They gonna put the money behind you. They gonna have the resources.
Goes back to the business
Yeah,
part.
it's back to the business part. They gonna make you look like the superstar you want to be. Me personally, like, I don't really care for the attention. I just love the craft. So, of course, like, with me as an independent artist, I enjoy the learning. Like, every time I learn something new, I feel like I made it because I'm doing it by myself, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's just better. Like, and then you don't have to be signing away your life. Like, a lot of artists that have record labels behind them give a lot away. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it all depends on what you want as an artist.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of artists nowadays, they're starting their own labels and signing
Right.
themselves. Would you say that's like that should be like the wave? to
Start
go?
your own label.
Yeah.
I mean, if you looking to, like, you know, like I said, back to business. Like, if that's what you want to do as far as working with different artists, and you want to be like the co-founder or whatever it is you doing, then yeah, I feel like you should.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You know, when it came to, you know, the album, Vibe With Me, we've been saying the word vibe a lot throughout this
Right.
conversation, you know, Vibe With Me and Vibe With Me too. I feel like you're telling a story within each one.
Right.
It's kind of like, I got the idea from Vibe With Me. Let me tell them, you know, part two to Vibe With Me, which is Vibe With Me too. You know, talk about how the album process, you know, was it hard, you know, coming up with everything? And
So as far as with Vibe With Me too, I feel like that project was fun. You know what I'm saying? This was actually a lot of fun creating this project because I had built a local buzz off of the first project. So when people heard the first project, I started tapping in with certain people, and they was like, yo, you know what? Like, I want to work. Like, people I would never think will want to work with me. You feel me? Was like reaching out and was saying they want to work with me, and I had a listening party, a real big successful listening party that you know, followed with the Vibe With Me 2 project, and that whole process was fun. And even with me collaborating with people, like first one, I didn't really collaborate with a lot of people. I probably had like 2 features on it.
Oh, wow.
But the second one, I had a lot of features, so I was able to like tap in with other different vibes and see how other artists, you know, could make me look creatively on a record. 'Cause I don't really do a lot of collabs, so it was fun just working with other people.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's talk about, TikTok is like the biggest wave,
Right.
for artists to really, use their music to expand. Kind of want to hear your take, how artists is really transferring to the TikTok side, using, for different things. Kind of want to hear your take, how you feel about it.
TikTok, it's crazy because I'm just now starting to get on the wave with TikTok.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? I was big on like Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. So just within the past 2 months, I started really tapping into both TikTok and YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm still trying to navigate and learn how I could
It's like it's user friendly, but sometimes it's like, okay, what specifically should I post?
Right, exactly. So I'm still trying to tap in with the TikTok myself. My son, like I have a son, he's 10 and
Okay.
stuff like that. He be putting me onto it, like, yo, daddy, like this is what you gotta do. So it's like, oh man, like all right, I gotta get in the loop. You feel me? I'm a little bit out of the loop with the TikTok. So
Yeah.
my son be putting me on, but with that.
Oh, with like the different features and
Yeah,
stuff.
like I'm like, oh, you can do this. He's like, yeah, like I'm like, all right, this is cool.
All right,
feel
cool,
me?
cool. Well, Stash, we're gonna take a little quick break. 'Cause
Right.
what they don't know, you're gonna hit the stage later on through the show.
Okay.
So I'm really excited for that. So I'm still rocking with Stash Cash, man.
Yes, sir.
So keep it locked and stay tuned.
Yes, sir.